This week, a hot new bombshell.
After bombshell after bombshell.
Bombshell.
A lot of stories were
revelation.
tracking, including an absolute bombshell.
About a bombshell.
There was a major new bombshell.
Unbelievable.
Bombshell conversation.
Reality Bombshell.
Hello and welcome to Reality Bombshell, the comedy podcast that investigates the not true crimes of your guilty as pleasures and examines reality TV through a true crime lens. I'm Ariel, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm your resident reality TV historian.
I'm Ben, my pronouns are he, him. I'm the skeptic turned co-conspirator.
Together we connect clues, follow the drama, and unpack all things reality TV, one case at a time. How you doing, Benjamin?
Doing great. Just dandy over here.
Just dandy? That's great.
Just dandy.
Happy to hear. It's a nice day. It's a gorgeous day. It's September.
Yeah.
September's my favorite month.
How come? How?
Why?
Why come?
Why come? So a couple of reasons. October used to be my favorite month, but
Okay.
October's
Spooky
too...
season.
Spooky
Duh.
season, of course. But October's too close to, like, sad season,
Sure.
right? So, like,
We have talked about already on pod how, like, summer
sad.
ending
Is
is
sad.
just sad.
It's just sad.
Because it's winter already.
Yeah, it's already winter.
Yeah.
Skip fall fully.
Yeah.
Like, the second half of October gets a little sad.
Sure.
And then November, big sad. Right?
Big sad.
But September, second half of September, you get, like, good October.
True.
First half of September, you get good August.
This is true.
Best of both worlds.
Best of
both worlds.
This is fair.
Plus-
Never thought about it that way.
Yeah. Plus, sports are prime in September.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
That is, like,
Yeah.
I've realized that over the last, like, week or so.
Yeah, we are
We're in the best season of sports ever.
We're right in the thick of it.
Thick of it, yeah. It's great. Because, like, baseball's best at the end.
Truly. I mean, like, Thursday alone we had.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Football's best in the beginning.
Yes.
And hockey starts soon.
Yep.
This month. September's the best month. That's my thesis.
You have proved it.
Thank you.
Pythagorean theorem or whatever you want to call it.
A squared plus B squared
There it
plus C
is.
squared?
Yeah.
Sure.
Proved.
What?
Solved. We're mathematicians over
What's
here.
your favorite month, Ben?
I don't know. I mean, May's my birthday.
Right.
And May is
top
a
three.
solid. May's a
top
solid
three.
month.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
So probably
May.
May.
May's a really good month.
Yeah, I mean, it was summer for me forever, but I feel like the last couple of summers, like, the Earth is trying to kill us.
Yeah,
so
correct. May's like a nice, like, middle ground.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, sad's over.
Right.
Small sad. May, summer. Yeah.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I understand.
So,
yeah.
plus my birthday and, like, all the...
Yeah.
And that was, like, school was ending.
Hundo P.
You know.
Yeah. May is a
So-
top 3 month. I
Yeah.
think it goes September, May, October.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
And then August.
So, what have you been obsessed
Anyway,
with this week?
September, the month of September.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I've been obsessed with tennis lately.
Hell yeah.
Because the U.S. Open's been going on.
Oh, true.
And it's been really fun to watch. Because, okay, so a couple weeks ago, the Phillies were not super fun to watch.
This is fair.
They got swept by the Mets.
Yeah,
and
that
it
was
like,
a
awful.
terrible week.
It was
Yep.
like infuriatingly terrible. So I started watching tennis instead. And it's been really enjoyable.
Yeah. I've watched, like, clips of a game or two, and then, like, just seeing all the celebrities at the U.S. Open is the bigger...
They keep cutting to, like, Alec and Hilaria. And
Nice.
every time I'm like, I know them, yeah!
I saw Matt and Bowen from Las Culturistas were there.
Matt's
I saw...
outfit at the U.S. Open was unbelievable.
Incredible.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I saw Lin-Manuel Miranda was there.
I buy that.
That's all I remember.
John Hamm. Anna
Sure.
Wintour's been at, like, every
Yes.
match. Yeah, it's such a civilized sport, which is, like, so interesting, going from, like, the first Eagles game where, what's his name, spit on the other guy.
Yeah.
Was it Jalen Carter?
Yes.
Us pretending we know enough about football.
I mean, we were at a concert in the middle of the game, so I was not totally paying attention. But I saw a clip later that Dak Prescott may have spit on first. So
it's always... Everyone always blames Philly, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I've been obsessed with, tennis. It's the sounds are nice.
Does the name Mr. Fantasy mean anything to you?
Not remotely.
That's what I've been obsessed with this
Okay,
week.
cool.
So this social media account, Mr. Fantasy, popped up.
Okay.
And it's this guy. He was just, like, initially doing weird videos.
Okay.
Now it's turned into a full, like, music account.
Oh.
Everyone is convinced that it is KJ Appa in a, like, wig with black bangs and
No
false
way.
teeth. Like,
Really?
he has the same Tattoos.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
So he released a song, and it's actually good.
No way.
Like it sounds like it's like very Glass Animals, like Tame Impala.
Huh.
So
I mean, that tracks for KJ Appa, I feel like.
sure,
What little
like
I know
if
about it.
this is his way of putting out music,
yeah. Mr.
Also,
Fantasy.
Mr. Fantasy 1 is like constantly online. Like I've seen people posting like their theories of is this KJ Appa, and people are, and he's like he's in every single post about it. And then he only follows James Franco fan accounts. There's like the lore goes so
deep.
crazy deep.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's wild.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I'll have to look at Mr. Fantasy.
Mr.
What a
Fantasy.
name. All right.
Yeah, right.
All right.
All right. We got a big one today.
I'm actually really excited because I like vaguely know what we're talking about, but I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about storm chasers who chased fame, the suspenseful search for a missing and eventually presumed dead child that had Twitter in a frenzy, and the truth behind it all that brought the whole thing crashing down.
Okie dokie.
Today we're talking about Balloon Boy.
No way. Okay. All right. I'm excited. I'm ballooning with excitement.
All right. Well, tell me if this is a universal experience or just me. Netflix's Trainwreck, which also could have been what I was obsessed with this week. You're scrolling through Netflix and you find Netflix's Trainwreck Poop Cruise.
Poop Cruise.
And you go, that sounds interesting. I'll come back to that later. And you finally come back to it. And you watch Netflix's Trainwreck Poop Cruise.
Yeah.
And you're horrified.
Yes.
So you watch all the rest of them.
You watched all the rest of the Trainwreck things?
Yeah. There's one on Storm Area 51.
I did see that.
There's one on Balloon Boy, which
right,
brings us to our story today.
Yeah, I was not up for watching Poop Cruise.
It's a harrowing time. It's wild.
Yeah.
So universal experience or personal experience, who knows? But
right.
That's what brought us here today.
Awesome.
So Balloon Boy takes us all the way back to 2009.
2009.
Crazy time for the culture.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson died.
Wow.
Yeah. Movies, we had Up, The
I hated that
Hangover,
movie.
500 Days of Summer,
Great movie.
Human Centipede.
Oh.
TV,
Wow.
we got Glee and Modern Family
Honestly,
in the same year.
two of my all-time favorite shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Modern Family is some of the greatest comedy television ever created. The first couple seasons.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And Glee is, I mean,
a wild ride.
what else is there to say about Glee that hasn't already been said?
Music, we got Lady Gaga, Bad Romance. We got Boom Boom Pow. Angry Birds was 2009.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Truly
wow.
thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Wow. God, 2009 was a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about our people of interest, the Heene family.
Okay.
There are 5 of them, but we're mainly talking about the dad, Richard, his wife, Mayumi, and their youngest son, Falcon, who was 6 in 2009.
They named him Falcon.
They named him Falcon.
At birth.
They had 2 other older sons, Bradford and Rio, but they are
more normal names than Falcon.
slightly.
Yeah.
But they're not really
Not important.
totally important to this at all.
Awesome. Oh, I'm actually so excited.
This
is true crimey. Oh no.
This takes place in Fort Collins. Having lived in Colorado,
Yes.
tell us all about Colorado.
I see the Denver map and I instantly am triggered. Oh no. Yeah, Colorado's a weird place.
Yeah.
Because it's like very densely packed in certain areas, and then you have just complete desolation. Oh, it gets really blue in Denver.
Sure.
But then you step out of Denver and you get too far, and it's like it gets super Republican.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's honestly, Colorado's a weird place. It's like a liminal space almost. I don't know how else to describe it. People think it's this like
Stoner haven.
Yeah, like a haven, but also like a Mecca or like a
Sure.
Like a Mount Olympus. Like it's like people think it's like this like unbelievable like magical place, but actually like kind of sucks. There's like
Tell us how you really feel about it. Wow.
Colorado and I, there's no love lost between us. That said, it is unbelievably gorgeous, but like I do feel that Colorado attracts the weirdest people.
That makes a lot of sense.
It attracts like people that want the beauty, but also want to be some. It's the closest thing I feel like you can get nowadays to like living somewhere and starting completely fresh where no one knows you.
Totally.
Similar to like that area up in like Northern California. California.
And I feel like the Northwest is the same.
Northwest is
Pacific
similar.
Northwest
where it's
is the same way.
You go and like you completely like
Invent yourself.
invent yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fort Collins specifically, anything to...
I've only been once or twice. It's a college town.
Fair.
That's where CSU is.
Sure.
Yeah. It's beautiful. But you're really getting up into the hick area.
Cool.
It's close to Wyoming.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So the Heene family was on Wife Swap twice.
Twice.
They were specifically cast for the eccentricity.
Yes.
Richard Heene, some background on the Heene family. Richard Heene was a storm chaser. He referred to himself as a storm scientist.
That is really cool.
Sure.
I will say. And in Colorado, because it's so open,
Totally.
you can see all sorts of really neat stuff.
Yeah. So even though he referred to himself as a storm scientist, I read several articles that referred to him as, quote, an amateur scientist.
Okay.
And a storm chaser.
Okay.
So...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
TBD on his actual level of
Understood.
science and education.
Versus like hobby. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So they were on 2 episodes. The first was in 2008.
Okay.
And then they were brought back, I think voted on by fans for the 100th episode.
Wow.
In 2000.
Because they were so memorable from their... Wow. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
So the Wife Swap episodes depict them in their life as storm chasers sleeping in their clothes so that they can leap out of bed if a storm approaches. Mayumi, who Richard calls his ninja wife.
Nope.
She is Japanese, waking everybody up with the bullhorn and everyone getting into their storm mobile.
Oh my.
Yeah, and then there were some scenes where Mayumi waits with the kids and maintains the equipment while Richard hops on a motorbike and drives directly into a storm.
Wow.
So that's the depiction of the Heene family that you're going into this story with.
Got it. Okay.
So in the first episode in 2008, they swap with the Martell family in Connecticut. And then that 100th episode in early 2009, they swap with the Silver family in Florida. Sherry Silver, who came into the Heene home, she's a psychic who opened a spiritual center and sells trinkets and performs psychic readings.
Oh, fun. Okay.
And she came back. She was in the train wreck episode.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So the concept of wife swap is like literally like they swap wives between two families. And
Correct.
It's like
just live for like
family dynamic.
a month.
Stuff?
Yeah.
A month. Wow.
I think it is a full month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
If it's at least a week, I think it is a full month.
Wow. Okay.
But both of these episodes are like the whole concept really is like trying to bring peace to this chaotic Heene household.
Interesting. Okay.
In both of the episodes, the kids are like cursing up a storm and just like running around and doing whatever they want. And like there's just no control.
Huh.
And like Richard is like running off chasing storms.
That's
and
so Boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fort Collins.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little more setup here, and then we'll get into the actual incident. There was a domestic violence investigation in February 2009, so around the time that the 100th episode aired, where Mayumi had a bruise on her face. There were no charges filed, as there was insufficient evidence to proceed with a criminal prosecution.
Oh boy.
So
all right.
All of this is just like
wow, yeah,
background on the Heene family.
Yeah.
Getting into what is actually gonna start happening.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right. So the incident.
Yes.
Richard was building and testing flying saucers.
Sure.
Essentially just like a helium balloon with foil installation.
Okay.
It was for like travel, I think. Like there was no, it didn't really seem like there was a huge reasoning behind creating this other than just like,
correct me if I'm wrong.
Cool.
This guy's giving me like big Doofenshmirtz energy.
I was not a Phineas and Ferb kid, but I know
you
what
know
you're
what I'm
talking about.
Yeah.
So October 2009.
Okay.
It was supposed to be October 12th, 2009. They were supposed to do a test launch of this flying saucer. That was Richard and Mayumi's anniversary.
Okay.
So remember that this was supposed to be happening on their anniversary, but the weather was not great on that day, so they pushed it to October 15th. So 11 a.m. on October 15th, they're testing the saucer in their backyard, launching it. It's supposed to be tethered down, not supposed to fly more than a few feet off the ground. Here is what happens This is the actual clip of the launch.
Oh my god, okay.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
Oh my god. Okay. Are you ready? Tethered! You didn't put the tether down!
I did!
Okay.
So as you can hear, Mayumi was supposed to
Tether it.
down the saucer, and she thought she did, and it wasn't fully tied down, and the saucer
Just kept going.
just kept going and is a helium balloon and
Yeah,
just
just-
goes up into the sky.
Yes.
So immediately after this,
Yeah.
Bradford, one of the older kids, comes out running and says, Falcon was in there.
No. Okay. I remember this. Yeah. What an unfortunate name. Falcon. And he's like
Yeah, probably.
in the. I don't know. It just feels a little kismet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was meant to
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
I guess.
Of course, of all the children to be like stuck in a balloon.
Yeah.
The
Falcon.
one that's named after a bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, whatever.
So the whole family immediately freaks out, starts searching around for Falcon. Then some calls start being made.
Okay.
So the Heene family tells the sheriff that their first call was to the FAA to ensure that flights were diverted from the balloon's path.
Right.
The sheriff's office followed up on this. There is no record of this call.
Okay.
The probable actual first call that was made was to Denver's NBC affiliate, KUSA TV.
KUSA 9 News, baby! No way! That's amazing!
Yeah, tell us all about KUSA
Yeah,
TV.
I used to be an editor at KUSA. That's so funny. Denver's #1 news network. Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So-
not a good look.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so-
not great.
So Richard said that he called the media he called KUSA to ask for the helicopter to track make sure the balloon see where it was going.
Sure. Fun fact, KUSA is the only news network in Denver that owns a helicopter, so they all co-op it between all the news stations.
There you go.
So there's some insider scoop for you.
There you go. So was it him really asking for this helicopter, or was this
Well, why
all
would
just
the-
for
I
media
mean, that
attention?
wouldn't be the first call you make.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If anything,
yeah.
you'd call the police, and the police would be like, "Let's call
Yeah.
the news station." Yeah. Wow.
So the third call, or probable second call that was made, was to the police at 11:29. Remember, the launch was at 11 a.m.
Huh.
So it took
Yeah,
a whole,
a whole
30 minutes for them to call
yeah,
the
that's
police.
not great.
CNN winds up picking this up from KUSA.
Okay.
So this becomes national news,
Wow.
pretty quickly. And
Channel 9.
Twitter starts to have a field day.
Of course. Oh yeah, because this was heyday of Twitter.
Yep.
Oh, what can I say? How exciting.
So journalists, the general public, even Perez Hilton chime in. They all take to Twitter with their opinions on what's happening. So the helicopter tracks the balloon, winds up going for 60 miles.
Wow.
And planes are rerouted from along the flight path.
Do you know, I mean, maybe you don't know, but physics-wise, if there's a child in a helium balloon, would that affect how it's able to fly? I would think it'd be too heavy.
Probably. There's a little space, you can see it in this picture. There's a little space at the bottom, and that's where he was in the little compartment at the bottom.
Got it.
So while this is all happening, while it's on the flight path, a concerned citizen calls in, takes a picture that eventually goes around the internet. It's, as you can see in this picture, there is the saucer is up in the air, and there is some object below it.
Okay. Oh, below it. Okay.
Yeah. And this concerned citizen thinks that they saw something falling out of the saucer. And, it could be a bird, could be literally anything.
Could be Superman. Yeah, you
Right.
never know.
All of this is going on. Search and rescue is called to search the flight, along the flight path, in case whatever fell down is Falcon.
Wow.
Back at the Heene household, while the helicopters are chasing down the balloon, the police search the house.
Yeah.
In case
he's
Falcon is there.
Right.
They can't find anything.
How old was he?
6.
6. Okay.
The balloon finally lands at 1:35 p.m.
Lands?
So lands.
Oh,
the
naturally,
helium
it
runs
just-
out. Yeah,
okay.
lands. So it's been in the air for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Falcon is not inside. Falcon reportedly had a knack for hiding out, getting into things
Yeah,
in
he's a
places he
6-year-old.
shouldn't be. He's a 6-year-old.
Right.
Like when they were building the flying saucer, he, climbed into that little space a couple of times. 4:14. So this is
5 hours.
5 hours after the launch, like close to 3 hours after the balloon lands.
Right.
It's reported on the news that Falcon was found hiding in a crawl space above the garage.
No. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
He claims that he fell asleep, didn't hear anyone in the house shouting his name while they were looking for him. The police didn't check
Check
there.
that area.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, didn't do it. Like, they came under fire.
Yeah, because they didn't
for
do a thorough enough search.
not doing a full enough search.
Huh.
Yeah. How are we feeling so far?
Yeah, I'm...
A lot going on
A lot
here.
going on here. This all reminds me of, like, JonBenet Ramsey, in a way.
Fair.
Yeah. The parallels of, like, a child missing that's young that is questionable with the parents, kind of a thing.
Sure.
Yeah, and also they both take place in northern Colorado.
Yeah, I didn't even think about
yeah,
that. That's so true.
Yeah, it's the Wild West up there. Yeah, I have a lot of unanswered questions. Yeah.
Fair. So later that night,
Yeah.
they go on Larry King Live.
Of course. That night.
That night. Same
Wow.
night.
Wow.
Yeah, same night. And it's because it's Colorado time.
Right.
It's like not that much later.
No.
It
It's
would probably have been like 4 or 5 hours after.
right. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Larry King's producers work.
I mean,
Like,
it was
fast,
on
yeah.
CNN all
Yeah.
day. It was the big news
I do
story
remember
that
it
day.
being like all over like People magazine and everything.
Totally.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't remember anything
Me
like
neither.
that day.
Yeah,
Like,
me
I
neither.
remember the general references to it in culture.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
in the following weeks. But
Right, but I don't remember it actually happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here is the clip from Larry King Live.
Oh my.
We believe 100% that he was on board.
And Falcon was really in the garage this whole time. I don't know if Falcon can hear me, but was he, because I know at some point he fell asleep in that garage, but he was hiding out because he thought you were going to punish him for something that happened earlier in the day. Did he hear anything? Did he hear you screaming out, Falcon, Falcon?
He's asking Falcon, did you hear us calling your name at any time? You did?
You did?
Why didn't you come out?
You guys said that we did this for the show.
Yep. So if you couldn't hear the clip, Falcon says, "You guys said we did this for the show."
God, children say the darndest things.
How do we feel?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that tracks. Okay, like the video when it when he doesn't have it tethered.
Yeah.
So he was like upset that it wasn't tethered, but he didn't know his kid was like allegedly in there.
Correct.
But he's reacting as if he knows his kid is allegedly in there. You know what I mean?
in the clip that you saw, no.
No. Okay.
He's just upset.
just upset that he's
because
losing his
he lost his
balloon.
balloon that he worked on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But it did feel kind of
Rehearsed.
Yeah, like
Little bit.
over
Yep.
the top a little bit, like the way, like she's a terrible actor. Yeah.
Not great at all.
That's so interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does this all mean?
Yeah. This was after both of their wife swap episodes.
Correct.
So like people knew in theory who they were, kind of.
Yeah, so this whole story's happening, it's unfolding on Twitter throughout the day.
Right.
And it's like later in the day that people like look into the family and they're like, these people were on wife swap. Like what's going on here?
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
And then this happens at night and everyone's like, what did he say? What did the kid say?
Yeah, right.
What's going on? And then the next day,
yeah.
they like go on, I think it was the Today Show and a couple other morning shows to like try to clear this up. And Falcon, there's one clip from the Today Show, I think it's the Today Show, where he like is violently sick. Like he's so upset and sick. Like he gets up and leaves and you can hear him throwing up in the bathroom from like they don't cut the cameras. He's just like
Interesting.
because he's so nervous that he
Right.
said something wrong. I'm sure like he after this Larry King clip his parents
Yeah.
yelled at him.
Right. I think it takes a specific kind of person to be like a storm chaser.
Sure.
This guy seems a little volatile.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
And
kooky.
that was apparent on some of the wife swap episodes too.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if they were on wife swap for the 100th episode, something about them was clearly like compelling enough to put them back on another episode.
Exactly.
So I mean, it doesn't like remotely surprise me. I remember that it was a hoax.
Sure.
I don't know. The kids look afraid of their dad to a degree.
A little bit.
It just makes you a little apprehensive about like what their home life is like, you know? Yeah.
And the domestic violence.
That's right.
Not
That's
charged,
right.
but the
insinuation, I guess,
Yes.
is the very best. Yeah.
there's a lot at play here.
Yeah, there is a lot.
So Richard had pitched a reality show to TLC
About their family
about
life.
their family life, as
They
storm
wanted to be the next
chasers.
Kardashians.
They wanted to be like
The storm chasing Kardashians.
some sort of,
Honey
TLC.
Boo Boo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some sort of TLC for the Duggars. Like just family interest.
Yeah, right.
The kinds of stories that were on TLC back then.
Right, and I feel like they probably would have fit in relatively well had they not done this.
Yeah. So they pitched it and it was passed on prior to the incident.
Okay.
My theory
Yes.
is that like this was their way of trying to
yeah.
show that they could like
So it's like TLC could be like, oh, we have the Balloon Boy family.
exactly
Yeah.
but
Interesting.
it all backfired because
Right.
Falcon told the truth on live TV. A producer of Wife Swap said a show with the Heenes was in development, but the deal soured after this incident. So he had pitched it to somebody else in addition to TLC too.
The speed with which they got on Larry King is not nothing.
Sure.
And then obviously them calling the news station suddenly makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
Yeah, because, you want to get it out.
Exactly.
The helicopter thing is bullshit. I mean, like, I don't think it's bullshit, like, in terms of everything, but, like,
Right.
that's... In what world is that the first place
first
you
call. Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'd call my mom first. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't... Yeah, right. I
Right,
wouldn't be
right.
like, oh, the 6 ABC Action News. Like,
Right. First on the scene.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I want your judgments here, and then we're going to talk a lot about what happened after this. But
Okay.
I want your raw judgment on the Heene family, who's to blame,
Oh, is that them now?
that's them now.
Oh, he looks not great. My dad. He looks
Richard.
like if Alec Baldwin lived in the woods for 40 days and 40 nights.
He actually, wow, that is a great descriptor. That is so rough.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay. My first instinct is always to blame the man.
Sure.
And I think in this case I'm correct in that.
I don't disagree with you there.
I wonder, I wonder how much of the wife's involvement was like a factor of like almost like being afraid of her husband or not wanting to dissent from her husband.
Yep.
Or like in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, one of the women joins the cast in season 1. And by season 2, we learn that her husband's like incredibly abusive, and how much of her joining the cast was to like document and have a safe
Whoa.
place so that if anything happened, there was like
There's
footage.
record of it. Whoa.
Yeah. So like how much of her wanting a TV show was like almost like barrier or protection for herself.
Interesting.
Because then suddenly if he like kills her or something like that,
Right.
it's a big story and it's
Right.
like
Again, after the domestic
violence thing, it changes
Yeah.
things a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor 6-year-old.
Yeah.
That's probably a lot of pressure.
Totally. And he immediately cracked the
Right.
the first
Also, big judgment here towards both the parents, because like if you're gonna do that, don't tell your kids what you're doing.
right.
He's a 6-year-old. Of course he's gonna spill the beans. Like
Right.
what? Or like
I mean, he had to be in on it somehow because he had to hide for 6 hours.
yeah, but don't tell him it's for a TV show.
Fair.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I would do it differently.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't think that it was like it clearly was not well thought out.
Of course not.
Because if it were well thought out, it would have been done very differently.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
What's
his
the punishment? Yeah.
I mean, did he get any? I guess I'll
You'll
learn.
learn.
All right. I think he should be put up in a balloon and just see what happens. Just let him go. Don't call anybody. See what happens. See what flies by. See
Don't
if
call
air
the
comes
media
down.
first.
Don't call the media first. Keep the helicopters flying. Yeah, see what happens.
Fair.
Yeah, and I think I can't believe she's still with him.
Yeah.
It makes me sad for her a little bit. Though I do wonder how much she's really just like complicit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel some of the same things having, researched this and watched where they are today.
I feel bad for the other two kids as well. Because they're like collateral damage in this scenario.
Yeah, so Bradford, the older kid, was on the train wreck episode.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay.
And talking about... And he felt like a little... In the way that this is all framed.
Right.
On the train wreck episode, he felt guilty.
Yeah.
Because had he not spoken up and said Falcon was in there because he thought he saw Falcon climb in there, none of this would have happened.
Oh, that's why. So after he thought he saw Falcon in there, they were like, "Oh, hide Falcon."
No. Like Falcon was gone.
Okay.
Falcon was already up there, already hiding. But Bradford
he was like told to say that.
Probably.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Probably. Okay. I mean, like.
Yeah.
The way that they are framing it in the train wreck episode.
Right.
It is.
It is.
Bradford is saying this because he really thought Falcon was in there, and that's what set off the whole chain of events.
Oh,
and had Bradford not spoken up,
actually thought that's what
correct.
happened.
That's the way it. Again, that's the way it is framed.
Okay.
But in the context of the this being a hoax, the way it's framed in Trainwreck,
right?
It's not it's the Heene family does not believe any of this is a hoax. This was all real the entire time. They stick to the story that this was real. They thought Falcon was in there, and this is how they acted, thinking that their son was missing and maybe dead.
Right. So Bradford saying he was in there was their first knowledge of their kid in theory being because they're sticking with their story.
Correct.
But do you think that he was told to say that?
Yeah, probably. Okay. It's like if he wasn't in there, unless Bradford
genuinely
the 7-year-old crafted or 9-year-old, however old he was,
because that's old enough to remember this kind of a thing. Yeah. So I don't think it's necessarily a traumatic experience for the kids, but it's
I think it is.
Is it really? Okay.
I think
I mean it's a lot of attention, a lot of scrambling, and then I mean even if they were quote unquote in on it, they may have sgenuinely believed that their brother was in danger, real danger.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Depending on how this was all
framed to them. Yeah, right. Which would be really scary.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if they knew this was all a hoax.
Right.
And they knew Falcon was up in the
But even
garage.
if they knew it was all a hoax, I'm not sure that they would necessarily fully understand what was going on.
Totally.
And it's still their parents were probably acting in a specific way that freaked them out. I mean, yeah.
Everyone's running around. There's police get involved at the house for 5 hours searching for this quote unquote missing child.
Yeah. Turning over everything and
correct. Except the crawl space in the garage.
Yeah, how did they miss the crawl space?
I just think it wasn't
was it a happy accident? Do you think
I think it was a happy I think it was an unhappy accident. I think the family wanted this to be a quick thing where the police
the police found him
in an hour and it was all but it all got blown out of proportion because they didn't find him.
Pun intended. Blown out of proportion.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. That makes a little bit more sense. Yeah. Okay.
And then but part of me is just if the police didn't find him, why didn't the parents think to look up there?
Right.
Sometimes he hides up there. Let's look up there.
There's a lot of weird inconsistencies in this story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm getting a little tripped up here.
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what actually happened?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
So after the Larry King
yes
appearance, that prompted the sheriff's office to look into this as a hoax, obviously, and charges were brought against both Richard and Mayumi.
Okay.
For their involvement in all of this. And
oh wow, do you know what they were charged with?
So Richard was charged and pleaded guilty to, and we'll talk about that, attempting to influence a public official as the search and rescue mission would attract media attention.
Okay.
And he was sentenced to 90 days in jail and 100 hours of community service.
Okay.
Mayumi also pleaded guilty as an accomplice to all of this. So they both pleaded guilty because there was a threat of Mayumi's deportation.
Wow. Oh
and
my God.
They
so layered.
still claim to this day that they only
pleaded
guilty because they thought she was going to get deported if they didn't plead guilty.
Which is a fair thing.
Totally.
Like, pleading guilty means you suddenly have a little bit, like a semblance of control over the outcome.
Sure. They also, there's clips in the train wreck episode where it's like in the police station where Mamie's being questioned, and you can see her admitting to some stuff in her interview, but then their lawyer, the Heenes' lawyer, comes on and says that like the confession was coerced, and she didn't know, because English is not her first language, she didn't know some of these legal terms that she was admitting to. So it's like, again, there's
it could be true. It could be very untrue.
And there were other times later, like after all of this went down, where Mayumi admitted to like this being a hoax, and that was swept under the rug too. Like, it seems like Mayumi was trying to...
It seems to me that Mayumi has, like,
a guilty conscience.
Yes, exactly.
Like, that has come across several times.
And she happened to marry a sociopath.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
So Mayumi's charge was misdemeanor of making a false report. She was sentenced to 20 days in jail. So she was allowed to serve her 20 days after Richard was released from his 90 days, so that somebody could stay with the kids. They were also ordered to pay $36,000 in restitution for the search efforts, because
fair, yeah,
you know, there were...
It's not free to fly those planes around
and bring a whole search and rescue team out.
Yeah, right.
2020.
Okay.
Colorado Governor Jared Polis
yes.
pardoned the Heene family.
Interesting.
Saying it was time to move on from the Balloon Boy saga.
Interesting.
So today, the Heenes continue to say that this was not a hoax, and they only pleaded guilty to prevent the deportation.
Okay.
And they have since moved to Florida
Tracks.
to escape media attention, and they build tiny homes.
Okay.
Yeah.
First question.
Sure.
Was there any answer on what was like allegedly like falling out of the?
I think it was just a bird.
Saucer?
Like
okay.
it was just a bird. It was just a bad photo. And again, I think that just played into the whole
thing. Yeah.
There were so many things that just happened correctly to blow this story so much further out of proportion than I think they
social media back then was like the Wild West. Like
correct.
It was like,
and it was Twitter specifically where this blew up.
Yeah, and like you could post anything and there was no like real fact checking. Not that there really is now either, but yeah, people weren't like social media literate necessarily.
Right.
So like you see something on Twitter, you kind of assume it's correct.
Exactly.
I remember at that time too, Twitter was like a way that people spoke about like political things going on. Like I remember the reason why Twitter was so big was there was like, I don't know, some sort of uprising in like Egypt or something, and
yes,
and it
that was Arab Spring.
Was it Arab Spring?
Yeah,
and everyone was like broadcasting it on Twitter, so everyone was able to actually like see what was going on. And so it became like Twitter became almost this like, it felt like it was a valid news source.
100%,
which is crazy.
And it kind of was, because there was, I mean,
yeah, there wasn't like malintent behind social media.
But also there was no like news source reporting on that in a
right, you
know,
in a fair, balanced,
correct,
around the clock manner.
Yeah,
it's true. So I think it's like a perfect storm for something like this to happen.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot
here. Yeah, the tiny home thing is so interesting to me.
So knowing what happened, does your judgment change at all?
I think that I almost feel like the wife, Mayumi, got like just kind of caught up in it.
I very much agree. I think the entire, like, he had this grand idea.
Yeah.
Probably also, like, financial situation.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't think she had a job. I think, like, their job together was Storm Chaser, and it was mostly his thing.
How do you make money off of that?
I don't think they were.
Yeah,
I think they had this harebrained scheme to...
And they probably made money on Wife Swap.
They definitely made money on Wife Swap.
And then when they
saw
were on
that
it
money
again, it was like, oh,
and they probably made more money the second time because it was the 100th episode, and they were asked back.
They probably got like a little bit of an ego like fluff, because it's like, oh, people want to like watch us on TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that was their view into a different life, and they were chasing it too hard.
Right.
And
chasing the storm of reality TV.
Exactly. They just got caught up in the storm.
Wow. The balloon is so... Because I don't think I've ever actually like seen the balloon, or if I did, it was 2009, and I don't
Sure.
like I didn't clock any of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why in my head it was like more like hot air balloon looking.
Yeah, I mean, when you think Balloon Boy,
yeah, you think like he's in like a birthday balloon or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
like something that you can see,
Not like a chef's
like
hat.
transparent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a flying saucer. Like, and again, it didn't really feel like there was any intent behind building this
what
flying
was
saucer.
right.
I can't even remember. Like, that's the least important part of this.
I
this whole
almost wonder
story.
if the whole thing. Well, it's not. You don't think he like built the saucer? He had like a full plan.
I
that
don't
started
think
with
so.
building the
Yeah, I
saucer,
don't.
'cause
I don't
that's
think so. I
obsessive.
think it was probably weather balloon related somehow.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That didn't really come across.
Yeah.
And in all of my research, I couldn't really find like why he built the balloon.
Wow. It's so Colorado to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, so there's the National Center for Atmospheric Research in
Okay.
Colorado, in Boulder.
Yeah.
So, like, Colorado's, like, a big place for, like, weather stuff. Because it's,
Yeah, that makes
like,
sense.
At
It's
the intersection
like at
of the plains.
Yeah,
and,
it's the convergence.
yeah, and it's on,
Yeah.
like, the fault. I don't know. There's a
Sure.
whatever science. And, I mean, another thing about homes in Colorado is they're all on top of each other.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so, like, letting that flying saucer up in the air, like, what are their neighbors thinking? You know what I mean?
So one of the neighbors was on
Was on Trainwreck?
Trainwreck,
Okay.
and one of them, like, they showed a clip of her on a news station, like,
Yeah.
on the day,
Yeah.
saying, like, you know, they're on the day. She was saying they're inventors, like they want attention for their invention. They don't
Yeah.
want attention for this.
Right.
Right. And then cut to them, like, you know, 15 years later, and her and her husband are kind of like, yeah, they were kind of crazy.
Has Balloon Boy said anything?
So he was on
Right.
Trainwreck, and like the whole family maintains that
Wow.
this was all, you know,
Even the kids.
a happy accident.
Huh.
Happy accident.
Happy
Unfortunate accident.
yeah, right. A situation. Yeah. Wow.
A weird situation. Like,
That's shocking. That says to me that, like, they were told that it was not a hoax all growing up so much they just believed
they've just believed it.
Yeah,
I think that is exactly
Totally
what it is.
happened. It does suck because how old is if he was 6 in 2009?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like 22.
22. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Let's say he wants to get a job. You Google him.
He's
all
Balloon Boy.
that's going to be is Balloon Boy. Yeah.
They live in Florida now, though, so, like...
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, that's nothing to them.
But, like, that does suck that... And granted, I don't know that, like, the parents really thought about the long-term effects of, like, Google and an internet footprint, but, like...
They just thought they were going to be
on TV,
reality, and that was, like, that would
Yeah.
be the big thing.
I think there's, like, a greater conversation about what parents put their children through for fame. Yeah.
100%.
I mean, we can look at, like, family vloggers.
Yeah.
It's, like, a big one, but even just reality TV, like...
I mean... TLC in 2009 was this.
Yeah,
like, that's
it
what
was.
this was. Like,
Yeah.
they would have fit in perfectly.
They really
I'm
would
honestly
have.
shocked that
That it
that
turned away.
their pitch got turned down, probably because in the room, Richard was
Like crazy.
a little wild.
Yeah. I'm more shocked. I mean, I guess if he'd been found by the police, it would actually make... I wonder in that alternate timeline if they then have a TLC show.
Maybe. Like,
Yeah.
I think that was the initial plan. That's
Right.
just, like, got
It
blown
just got
way out of
complete-
proportion.
yeah, right.
And
And, like,
what they were seeking, the fame that they were seeking, turned into something that...
they got it.
They
just
got it, but
yeah,
not in the way that they wanted it. Yeah.
That's so interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
You're quite welcome.
Wow.
I'm glad I stumbled upon this. Thank you, Netflix.
Yeah,
Thank you, Netflix's Trainwreck.
I'm kind of, like, blown away. But, yeah, because I really, like, didn't know anything about this story. to be
I
honest.
didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I highly recommend the Trainwreck series.
I actually will probably go watch it just because, like, I'm really curious now.
Poop Cruise really just, like, led me down a path.
At least it's good for something. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the KUSA tie-in. That's so funny.
Yeah, I am so glad that that all lined up.
That lined up. That's so neat.
Well, thank you for listening to this episode of Reality Bombshell. You can find us everywhere you listen to podcasts. If you're new here, take a look through our back catalog, pick your favorite franchise, and listen through. Remember to follow, rate, leave us a review, and set your podcasting app to automatic download. All of that helps us out immensely. And follow us on social media platforms at Reality Bombshell. Big thank you to Isaac Tobe for our theme song and Tim Schools for our logo. That's it for this episode of Reality Bombshell. I've been Ben.
I've been Ariel.
Bombs away.
Reality Bombshell.